So I think what we're going to do is potentially burn the last few hours of our trial here. I think we're going to make things happen. Let's do it. We're going to jump right into this. We're going to see how this plays out against the Miami Dolphins, who are absolutely terrible this season. But we're going to see how it goes. I'm excited. There's two of them.
New England and Miami close out the regular season. The Dolphins hope to split the series for the 5th straight year, while the Patriots look for the sweep. It's Week 18, and it's coming up.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Again, a win, and we have a shot. Here's where Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather. That's what this stadium's known for. Until the rest of time. Until the rest of time. This is where Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul. Beautiful. All right, let's see how it happens, damn it. First quarter. 7-0 Pats. 7-7 all. All right, well, let's go to the half. 14-7 Miami. 14-10. 21-10 Dolphins at the half. Looking for their second win of the season. They're up 24-10. Make that 24-17 in the early stages of the fourth quarter. We had a Rayshon Stevenson touchdown. Whoops. A Todd Gurley touchdown. A Todd Gurley touchdown. A Nick Folk field goal. An anti-vaxxer touchdown. Get fucked. A Sanders field goal and then another Stevenson rushing touchdown. Beautiful. So here we go. Can this team pull off the comeback? That is the question. We'll go change of possession. Miami makes it 31-17. We're in a lot of trouble. We score, but it's not going to be enough. We needed more than the field goal there. The Dolphins forced a punt. Mac, we need a touchdown here, buddy. It's 31-23. Another Folk field goal. The Dolphins can't score. 8-point game. Final game of the season. Can Mac Jones get it done?
Jones on first down.
On the screen pass. Good block upfield by David Andrews.
And this one will go to the 28.
We need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. If we win this, we have a shot at the playoffs. So we're going to see if Mac Jones can get us there. After all this time.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones.
Frisky throw. Fitz comes down with it. Beautiful. Pinked out, I mean, EA's always been pretty hit or miss when it comes to supporting PC, so can't be too surprised, right?
Back to throw. Jones.
Come on, Mac. Over the middle.
And that is incomplete.
Tried to hit Tebow.
Coverage a little too good there. Headed second down.
Come on, boys.
They work again from the 38.
We can do this. We can do this. Play action. Jones out to the right. Caught. Beautifully done. Hunter Henry. 3rd and 2. The handoff, cut back, stop short of the line. Tebow fails. It's 4th and inches. Brits, I'll let you know after this play how I'm doing. Handoff, stopped, and the Miami Dolphins are going to keep the New England Patriots out of the playoffs.
And indeed he did not. They stop him. The Patriots.
It's probably for the best in terms of our long-term plans, but that is devastating. That's it. So for sure, the New York Jets in Season 1 become the lone team to make the playoffs. And we will be sitting home again this postseason. Again, probably for the best. The fact that we almost made the playoffs. You notice my reaction. I'm not like, oh boy, that's fine. Like, we fire sold. Again, the McCourties, Gilmore, like our entire receiving core, Sony Michel and James White, Shaq Mason, Lawrence Guy. Like, we got rid of everybody. And we still almost made it. So I don't hate where we're at right now. But indeed, the Dolphins will keep us out of the playoffs. Let's get confirmation. Let's get confirmation on what the playoff picture looks like here as our season comes to an end. The bracket is officially Tennessee and Denver, Cleveland and Baltimore, Jets, Texans. KC gets the bye. Philly also getting the bye on the other side. It is Tampa Bay and Arizona, so the Cardinals did make it. You have Seahawks, Panthers, Packers, and Cowboys. So there you go. The Season 1 playoffs as it stands. We do have some end-of-season player upgrades. It's Trey Nixon. We'll just automatically upgrade him. He won't be around long-term. So we don't really have anything to do here, just aside from, well, staff moves. Ooh, Sean McDermott got fired. Whew. McDermott, Brian Flores, Joe Judge, and John Gruden, all shit canned. Whew. The Saints would be a good team to build around. Yes, I mean, they do have a solid roster, but if you pick it apart a little bit more, it wouldn't be that bad. Offensive coordinators, which are not actually there. Defensive coordinators as well. So, I think now will be the right time to fire our coaching staff and build anew. I mean, I'm sure we can get some other people. So, Griffin Murphy, you're out. Kevin McGovern, you're out. We are going to clear house. In terms of a head coach who's out there, it's funny, you can look at the offensive and defensive coordinators on other teams. Head coach-wise, we are looking at potential talents. Sean McDermott has 2 talents for player growth, 6 for staff modification. Could bring Brian Flores to New England. There's John Gruden and there's Griffin Murphy. Brian Flores is actually a better starting head coach than who the Patriots end up with. So we could go for Brian Flores right now. Gets a 33-point hiring boost. There is McDermott as well. Obviously, you get those point boosts for a while. Macho Hyperspace. Well, I'm glad you could catch this one. Again, can only see the offensive coordinator talents here. So we could wait and see who else is out there, or we can make the jump right now. Probably for Brian Flores, who looks like the best guy available. It's him or John Gruden, and obviously we know Gruden's older. And we'd have a lot of points to immediately spend on Flores to make things happen. I think we're going to do it because Flores, too, has obviously the history with the Patriots. We're going to bring in Brian Flores as our new head coach. Our offensive coordinator as well. We also need to fill this position. Again, we're looking at talents. Braden Williamson with 3 particular talents there. Is there anybody better than 3? There is Kevin McGovern, who I think we just fired. Has 6 talents available. Again, we could wait or we could go for him now. Honestly, I think we go for him now. And then defensive coordinator-wise, again, the issue is you do kind of want it for the most part. I mean, certain talents. 5 talents for Lewis Fox, 5 talents for Will Sanders, who does get a bigger signing bonus as well. Anybody better than the 5? Craig Taylor, who I think was with Pittsburgh. Let's go for Craig Taylor. So we'll play it safe. We'll sign people early. We have a shitload of staff points now, and we'll use those a little bit later on. Again, there could be other people out there that'd be a bit, a little bit better later on, but it is what it is. No major news to look at, so let's take a look at stats and awards. So in terms of our player stats for Season 1, Mac Jones, nearly 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 picks. Not a horrible season. Not a great season, but not horrible. Damian Harris, 788 yards, 5 touchdowns. Ramondre Stevenson with 10. Tim Tebow had 2 touchdowns this year as well. Mac Jones with 1 rushing touchdown. Receiving-wise, Fitz started the season very late, but 835 yards, 2 touchdowns. As expected, Hunter Henry led in terms of receptions, touchdown leader, Jeffrey and Jonnu Smith. So Alshon Jeffrey had a pretty good time with us too. Sacks allowed, 10 for Trent Brown. Not great. Defensively, tackle leader, no surprise, Donta Hightower. Sack leader on the team, 12. Chase Winovich, not bad. Interception leader on the team was Kyle Duggar with 5. And kicking-wise, Folk went 30 of 34, missed 1 extra point out of 41. Jake Bailey punted 58 times. Around the league, all NFL, passing-wise, the yardage leader was Tom Brady. 23 more yards than Patrick Mahomes. And I'll move over here so nothing's cut off. Most completions went to Brady. Touchdown king was Mahomes with 48, and Mayfield with 46 with just 6 picks. Joe Burrow went 37 and 8. The interception king was Tua. 21 TDs, 26 picks. Shockingly, it wasn't Jameis Winston who led in terms of interception. Jesus. And best QB rating, Taysom Hill, because of course he's the best. Rushing leader-wise, Derrick Henry was the only one to break 2,000 yards. Only 9 touchdowns, whereas Christian McCaffrey had 22 for the Panthers. Receiving-wise, reception king was Travis Kelce, 118. Yardage leader was Tyreek Hill with over 1,400. And the touchdown leader, Demarcus Robinson, Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Jarvis Landry, Jamar Chase, and Anthony Miller all had 12. The worst offensive lineman in terms of sacks allowed, Taylor Decker, Mekhi Becton, Rashawn Slater, and Russell Okung. Defensively, tackle leader was Chris Barnes. Jamie Collins was up there in Detroit. Sack leader was Shaq Barrett with 19.5. Jesus. And the interception king, Marshawn Lattimore and Zach Cunningham each had 6. Kyle Duggar was up there, though. Most made field goals might be and is Nick Folk, actually, 30 of 34. Longest field goal of the season belongs to Tucker, Sly, and Prater with a 58. So, the stats for the season. The awards for the season. Patrick Mahomes, league MVP. Over McCaffrey and Brady, Baker Mayfield robbed. Coach of the year was Robert Saleh. Salah for the Jets. That's horrifying. AFC Offensive Player of the Year was Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Zach Wilson. Lawrence finished second. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Kwity Paye. Shocker. Koromoa finished in second. Best quarterback was Baker Mayfield. So glad to see the award voting is still screwed. Best running back, Derrick Henry. Best wide receiver, Demarcus Robinson. Best O-line, Ronnie Stanley. I'm going as fast as I can for what Rich is doing in the chat right now. Best D-line, Myles Garrett. Best linebacker, Von Miller. Defensive back, Kyle Duggar. Not bad. He should get a player boost for that. Best kicker, Harrison Butker. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Defensive Player of the Year, Shaq Barrett. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Justin Fields. Defensive Rookie, Azeez Ojulari. Top quarterback, though, was Brady. Running back, McCaffrey. Wideout, Adams. Zach Martin on the O-line. D-line, Aaron Donald. Linebacker, Shaq Barrett. Defensive back, Lattimore. Kicker, Robbie Gould. That's it for the awards. It's it for the stats. If I missed anything, hey, it is what it is. So we got an off-season to go through before my trial runs out. So we'll see how the playoffs pan out. Now that they fixed that last year. No love for Taysom Hill. I know it's ridiculous, isn't it? In terms of managing staff, what the hell, like, staff-wise would I do? Again, I'm saving up those skill points for now. Those staff points. We're holding on to those. So playoff bracket-wise, the Titans beat the Broncos 16-10. Ravens beat wow, Cleveland lost in the wild card after all we gave them. 35-23 to the Ravens. And the Texans beat the Jets 35-27. So it's Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Texans. And the NFC, the Bucks beat the hell out of the Cardinals. The Seahawks kicked the hell out of the Panthers. And the Cowboys sneaked by the Packers. So you have Eagles and Cowboys, Bucks, and Seahawks. The Cleveland Browns choked. All or nothing. And it was nothing. Again, a reminder, we dealt with Cleveland a lot. This team was stacked. Absolutely stacked. Garrett, Chubb, OBJ, Hooper, Devin McCourty, Teller, Ward, Mayfield, Hunt. This is ridiculous. We sent him Shaq Mason, Matt Judon, Nelson Aguilar, Kyle Van Noy. And they still lost. They still lost. That is outrageous. We'll move on to the conference championship. This Chubb would flash under pressure. He might have. I see what you did there. Oh, Chiefs beat the Ravens 24-14. Texans beat the Titans 21-17. As the Cowboys beat the Eagles by 3. And the Bucks sneak by the Seahawks. So your final four, Kansas City and Houston, Tampa, and Dallas. Might there be a rematch from the prior year's Super Bowl? Let's find out. Let's find out who won it. And indeed, there is a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. 41-21, 24-14. Second year in a row, Chiefs and Bucks playing for the Lombardi. Fair enough. Also, I noticed here on the side, I have no way to click on it, but Draft Central, it shows what I need. Interesting. Pro Bowl roster, I'm not all that concerned. I like that it's in, but unless we're gonna have a boost from someone making it to the Pro Bowl. Actually, I think they do still give out boosts if someone makes it. Colin Kaepernick, QB1 for the NFC. Hilarious. I mean, obviously, I'm guessing his stats weren't that great because he didn't win. Tim Tebow's there as the second best fullback. Do we have anybody else make it? Doesn't look like it. Trent Brown made it as the second guard choice. Chase Winovich made it behind Jadeveon Clowney. Donta Hightower made it as the top linebacker. J.C. Jackson made it at the corner. Ronnie Harrison as the top free safety. Kyle Duggar as the top strong safety as well. And Nick Folk is the top kicker. So not that bad. Not that bad in terms of our secondary making appearances at the Pro Bowl. Super Bowl is set. Question is, who will it be? Again, we already looked at the yearly awards. We always do a little bit early. So, college players, that last little bit of scouting here, or one of the last bits of scouting. See if anybody random that we haven't scouted yet shows up. I doubt it at this stage. Well, actually, Brandon Weaver. There you go. Late addition to the pool. Nick Anderson. Should be in the pool. He's trash. Steve Jones. Can burn all the points. All the points. In terms of player upgrades, we should have a decent amount, and we don't. It's just Kyle with his one upgrade. Stays at an 80, but we make him better. Awareness and zone coverage. Not bad for the 26-year-old. So here we go. If Endo was a good mod, he would have made a prediction in chat for who you guys think is going to win. He still could. I can bide him time. by quickly looking at the Chiefs and at the Bucs to see who's going to win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, I mean, with Mahomes, obviously. Edwards-Helaire is just a beast at this point. Tyreek, obviously. Hardman's still there. Robinson, who was wide receiver of the year despite being an 82. Travis Kelce. I mean, they're a stacked team, obviously. Like, I don't think anyone's surprised to hear, like, oh yeah, the Chiefs made it back to the Super Bowl in season 1. Yada yada, doing my job. Good job, man. Shout out to Joe Tooney as well. And for the Bucs, it is Tom Brady, Levante David, Mike Evans, Mark Beck. I mean, for the most part, man, Tristan Wirfs, Jesus. 93 at 22 years old. Of course, Antonio Brown's there. Gronk is there. Sue and JPP. I would probably say that the Bucs are going to win this, which is why they won't. I do agree. It's interesting that the Chiefs logo's at the top and the Bucs isn't. Interesting. Could be a glitch. Let's find out. Endo, get ready to end that prediction right about now. Because the winner of the Super Bowl is... I don't know. It is Kansas City. 28-23 in Super Bowl 56. The Chiefs get revenge as we get a pretty cool season recap. In case you didn't look at anything else. I don't mind it. I do like that they have this, though. You can look back at other seasons. They have the history. You see the Super Bowl result, what Super Bowl it was that they won, the MVP. You can see the award winners. Very interesting Coach of the Year. They're allowed to put Bill Belichick's name in. So I do like that they added in the history. It's a good touch. But yeah, our first season is in the books. The Chiefs win it, as Brady falls short in what will hopefully not be his last season. We do get to retirements. No, not Chad Henne. Let's see. Bears don't lose anybody. DeMar Dotson, Mario Addison. Ndamukong Suh, the only guy to retire after season 1. For the Bucs, Andy Lee is gone from the Cards. Jason Peters for the Cowboys. The Eagles lose Jason Kelce after 11 seasons. Ryan Fitzmagic retires for the football team. Alex Mack. Patriots lose Cameron Wake, Marcus Hunt, Larry Fitzgerald, Nick Folk, and Matthew Slater, even though he signed a new contract. So at least we allowed Larry Fitzgerald to retire, which is very nice. Andrew Whitworth is gone. Andre Smith, Dwayne Brown, Tyson Alualu, Ben Roethlisberger retires. Richard Sherman retires as well. So some decent names that are gone. We have 10 contracts to handle here. Honestly, I mean, Ramondre Stevenson wasn't that bad for us. But I just don't think I want a $2 million cap hit for a guy who's just not likely to develop. Like, he's not... Just like J.J. Taylor, like, they're not going to get breakout moments. So I am good with letting go of basically everybody that we see here. Yeah, there's not a single player there that I want to keep. We'll let them all go. Save up the funds. And we are off to free agency. Now, the big question will be how much money are we going to have to work with here? Because we have a crap load of money tied up in draft picks. And right now, our available cap is showing up as $20 million. If I'm allowed to trade, which I am, we can free up more money. Technically, we have $55 million in cap room. It's down to 20 because of the bonuses that we're having to commit to with the draft picks. So we'll see what's out there in terms of free agents and if there's anybody that we want to go for. Let's handle a little bit more scouting really quickly. And then we'll take it from there. So yeah, we could easily move on from those draft picks. We knew that that was going to be a factor But I was willing to hold on to those draft picks until we see for sure what the situation is in terms of who's on the free agent market. So here we go. Well, what do we got? So Colin Kaepernick's there. He did drop an overall. Teddy Bridgewater. Cam Newton's down to a 72. Yikes. So certainly won't be bringing Cam back. Mitch Trubisky, Marcus Mariota, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, yeah. Worst case scenario, we stick with Mac Jones as our backup next year. Poor Josh Rosen. Yeah, we're good. Dwayne Haskins, who actually did look good in preseason. Taysom Hill. We got to go for him. Let's take a look here. Running backs, Raheem Mostert at 30. We don't need him. Melvin Gordon. Sony Michel's out there. So he's an 81. Harris is a 77. Michel is 2 years older, so he's really going to hit 82 at best. Sony Michel wants a $4.2 million cap hit to come back. You could argue whether or not it's worth that, but then there's Hines, who does have offers from 2 division rivals, who's 2 years younger and the same overall. Chase Edmonds, Todd Gurley, a lot of bigger names. If we were going to go for a running back, it would make sense for it to be Hines. I mean, he's an improved version of Devin Harris. He's like a combination of Harris and Sony Michel. So if we were to go for anybody, it would be Hines. Wants under a $4 million a season cap hit, a 5-year deal. Let's make that initial offer and see how we compare to other teams. And we are in first. Interesting. Fullback-wise, we don't need Ricard. I mean, it would make sense to get Ricard. Tim Tebow just dropped 6 overall points, for God's sakes. But as much as I'd love to bring in Ricard to have a dominant fullback, is it worth paying that much money for him? I don't know. You know? I think we just keep Tim Tebow there. Ingold wouldn't be that bad either. We keep Tim Tebow for the meme. It's fullback, you know? Devontae Adams is available. 29 years old. Wants a 4-year deal, $13 million cap hit. We could go for Devontae Adams. Could go for Michael Gallup. Wouldn't go for Antonio Brown or Emmanuel Sanders. Demarcus Robinson, last year's wide receiver of the season. Devin Funchess. So, I mean, we could go for Adams or Gallup if we wanted a big wide receiver. Tight end wise, Robert Tonyan. I mean, we have Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith. Bringing Gronk back, though, is tough to turn down. Even at 33, bringing Gronk back where he belongs. I might have to do it. Damn. Alright, so really quickly. Again, if we were... let's mark this down. If we were to go for a running back, it would be Hines. If we... Did I just disconnect my mic by punching it? I didn't. Good. If we were to go for wide receivers, we could technically go for Adams or Michael Gallup. If we go for a tight end, I mean, it's Gronk, basically. Reaver, how are you, by the way? I saw your message about the old check the mailbox deal, and I will. Again, Robert Tonyan's not bad, but Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith are better. I'd bring back Gronk just because I fucking love Gronk. David Njoku's not bad, but obviously, too, Smith is better. Let's see, left tackle. Nobody that we need. Definitely not going to be looking to spend O-line money. Connor Williams and Jones. Alex Kappa. And Morgan Moses. Defensive end, Jadeveon Clowney. We do have Chase Winovich. That's true. Gronk at fullback could be sick. So, Clowney is a possibility. If we need anybody there. We do need another defensive end. I mean, it would be Clowney or Josh Sweat. Pretty much who we'd be looking at, or we look at drafting somebody. Defensive tackle. I mean, like Jaron Reed's there. You also have Maurice Hurst, Danny Shelton. We'd be looking at Reed. I think we'd be looking at Reed, or we'd be looking at Hurst. I wouldn't go for Hargrave just because he's older. D Ford. He's 31 though. I'd rather go for Clowney. He's a year younger. I mean, I know he's a scheme fit, but the schemes are bound to change based off of who we have on the team. Linebacker, Shaquem Griffin. We don't need him. Middle linebacker, ooh, Chris Barnes. See, I don't mind Chris Barnes, but the problem is he doesn't have a good dev pattern. But he is a possibility, depending on the price that he wants. And then on the right, Leighton Vander Esch is also there. But again, we have Josh Uche. We have Karamoa. If we were to bring in a linebacker, it would make sense for it to be Leighton Vander Esch. But we'd probably move him to the middle. Or somebody else. Corners, I mean, Stephon Gilmore is out there. We could bring him back after getting a ransom for him. Bryce Callahan's 30, so If we're going to go for a player over 30, they better be dominant like Gilmore. Casey Hayward, Brian Poole. Gary and Conley. I mean, someone like Poole, maybe a bit too expensive to be a third choice corner. But Gary and Conley, Trey Flowers, probably Conley over Flowers. Not the worst options. There's also Shavarius Ward at 26. Is only a point worse, but he also doesn't have a good dev pattern. And then there's Mike Hughes, who does have a good dev pattern at 25. He's the only one that has a good dev pattern outside of Williams. So we could make the play for Gilmore, and then at safety, we know that we're set. I mean, Devin McCourty's out there. We could look to bring him back, depending on the asking price. But we also picked up Harrison in that deal with the Browns. The other side, Kyle Duggar's there. And we're good. Like, he's as good as Keanu Neal. Young Ho Koo is available as a kicker. We do need a kicker as well. Obviously, we could look to draft one. We also have Tyler Bass as a secondary option if we wanted to spend money on a half-decent kicker. Rodrigo Blankenship in his tremendous glasses. Punting. We do have Bailey still. J.K. Scott, though. I mean, if we wanted a tremendous situation in terms of special teams, you also have Jack Fox. It's probably better than Bailey will ever be. And Jamie Gillen, but at that point, he's probably not worth it. So, we have between $20 and $55 million to spend on free agents, right? We could go for Hines. Is he like this dominant long-term solution? No. I mean, he wants about a $4 million cap hit. That's not that bad. Devontae Adams is looking for a $17 million cap hit. Let's be honest. We're not in the running for a Devontae Adams right now. We wouldn't have the ability to use him properly because we don't have the proper quarterback. So that's going to be a no. Michael Gallup, $9 million a season in terms of cap hit. That's rough. It's a little bit easier to manage, but not by much. How much was Gronk looking for? Gronk's looking for about 5. It's also not great. In terms of left end, Jadeveon Clowney, it's also looking for about $9 million. I can't say I'm overly happy about too many of these prices. Jaron Reed's looking for 7. And we were looking at Maurice Hurst, who's looking for about 6, which isn't that bad. Right-hand side, we had Josh Sweat. He's looking for about $7 million as well. It's just a matter of how much money we decide to dedicate to these options. Chris Barnes in the middle as a secondary choice. 4.4 doesn't seem all that bad for a second choice middle linebacker. Leighton Vander Esch wants 12. Absolutely not. We are not paying Leighton Vander Esch $12 million. If that price drops, I'll think about it. Stephon Gilmore, a lot of teams are in for him. He wants $20 million outright. So Stephon Gilmore is going to get paid, and not by us. And then we were also looking at Mike Hughes, who only wants $3 million, almost $4 million, which again isn't that bad at all. And then safety, Devin McCourty's probably also going to get the big paycheck. He wants $11 million. We'd probably have to move him over to safety, or to corner from safety. The kicker-wise, Young Ho Koo wants $4 million for the upcoming season. Tyler Bass is looking for $3 million. And then what's Blankenship looking for? Also $3 million. Okay. So, in terms of the money, is Hines that big of an upgrade on Damian Harris? I mean, same age, 4 overall points better. It is pretty good. We could certainly go for him. Michael Gallup at $9 million. It's not the worst deal in the world. We need a shit ton of receivers. But I'm not sure. I want to see if that price comes down. Same thing for Gronk. $5 million against the cap for him. Just not going to do it. I want to bring him back, but it would also probably mean moving on from one of our 2 better tight ends. Jadeveon Clowney wanted $9 million. Honestly, I'm going to wait to see who goes first to see if we can get some lower prices here, if I'm being honest. Although with Hines, again, he has offers. There was the point that Michael Gallup doesn't have an offer out yet. So we can lowball the shit out of him. Could offer a little bit more than that. Get it into the green. So we'll lowball Michael Gallup. We'll see if he accepts it. I'm going to lowball Gronk as well. Let's go with a 1-year deal. And really drop that cap hit down. Okay, that's a bit too low. Gronk for fullback. I mean, is Gronk a better meme at fullback than Tim Tebow is, though? You know? It's a real low ball offer for Gronk. I mean, it would be... The 1-year deal for Gronk is more expensive, obviously. Doesn't carry over. But it's still not that bad. Does Clowney have offers? He does. Defensive tackles. Reed has offers. Hurst has an offer. Sweat has an offer from the Seahawks. Barnes has got plenty of offers. Vander Esch. Did Mike Hughes have offers? He does. And Devin McCourty's got a lot of offers. Let's go after Mr. Young Ho Koo. See if we can lowball him as well. So, if we could get Gallup, Koo, and Gronk for undervalue, I'll take it. Otherwise, we're not exactly looking to sign a, crazy amount of money right now. Like, I'm more than willing to just hold on to cap space for the next couple of years. We already used up our scouting points, so let's see what we have here in the second week of free agency. Michael Gallup and Young Ho Koo both accept our low ball offers. Let's go. Fantastic. So that's our kicking problem solved, and we have probably a number 1 receiver for next season. Beautiful. I honestly wasn't expecting that, but the low ball offers went through. Beautiful. So now we have 2 wide receivers. So welcome aboard, Mr. Gallup. And again, now our kicker for the upcoming season. is Young Ho Koo. We actually have a decent kicker after Folk retired. Again, let's go ahead and scout. It's not a bad start at all. I mean, we saved a little bit of money. And again, like, we're going to have way more cap space open up. It's just, it depends on how often we trade down at the draft and whether or not we trade for picks or prospects as well. So, there is still a lot to be decided. A lot to be decided. Again, Young Ho Koo accepted. In terms of free agents that are still out there, right now the cap space is incredibly low. We still have the only offer out there for Gronk. In terms of league signings, Gilmore goes to Pittsburgh, Devontae Adams to the Raiders, McCourty to the Chargers, Clowney ended up going to the Colts. More than I was willing to offer him. Leighton Vander Esch to the Jets, Tanyan to the Bengals, Hines also went to the Jets. So the Jets took a couple of our targets, which is fine. Jaron Reed's also off the board. Hargrave, Hurst is off the board. Quite a bit of the players we were looking at off the market. And unfortunately, to rival teams, including, I mean, especially the New York Jets, picked up quite a few players that we were looking for here. So, Devin McCourty still out there. Devin McCourty is still out there. Leighton Vander Esch is still out there, waiting to see if he's going to get a bigger offer. And, actually, no, wait. Was I on league signings there? Yeah, I was. So Vander Esch is gone. That's fine. And McCourty was gone, too. My bad. So the only guys we were looking at here, I was looking at a potential punter in J.K. Scott for an upgrade. I mean, that's the question, right? Do we bring Gronk back for the meme or just say that era's over, you know? I think it's best to say that era's over. I mean, there's a chance, right? It would be like move him to fullback and then maybe put Tim Tebow as our third string tight end. Basically, you'd have to choose between Gronk and Tebow, which is unfortunate. Unless J.K. Scott is willing to accept a very cheap offer. Okay, too cheap. I think we have the money, though, to sign Scott. We do not. Let's remove that offer for Gronk. We'll prioritize Scott here. Technically, we have $7 million in cap space right now. So again, that's a 96-point offer. Don't need to do that. Tebow's cheap. I mean, he is. So we'll look for that offer for J.K. Scott. Get us a better punter. It does technically leave room for someone like Tim Tebow. Or Gronk, I should say. In terms of other free agents out there, I mean, like Brian Poole at corner could help. Let's just go younger. I mean, we have Newsome. Sonny Michel at running back, I'm good with letting him go to the Dolphins. For being honest, I don't think he's a long-term solution. We got the money to do it. Not by much. But we do technically have the money. I'm going to really lowball Gronk, and we're going to see what he can do. We're going to see what Gronk thinks. If he's willing to accept a really team-friendly deal to come back to New England, we'll allow it. And that'll pretty much be it for us in free agency. Really slow and steady. We did not get an answer from either of the players we were hoping to get an answer from. So that sucks.
Oh, good for
As the Jets. Olin, thank you for the follow. The Jets are in for Rob Gronkowski. You get that money, Gronk. You get that money. Our offer's still out for J.K. Scott. The Jets are trying to ruin my life. That's what they're trying to do. That's what You hate to see it. We'll take some veterans on cheaper contracts and obviously really hope to strike gold here in the upcoming draft. The Jets are spending a crap load of money, as have the Bills and the Dolphins. So it's an interesting situation to be in right now. And unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be too much in the middle rounds of this draft. We're going to need to hope to find some steals. So, Mr. J.K. Scott, are you willing to accept? Hey, there we go. So we got J.K. Scott on a really good deal. So we got a nice punter for the future here. And that brings us to free agency recap. So the official league signings. Teddy Bridgewater was the top quarterback to sign. He goes to Pittsburgh after Roethlisberger retired. Mariota to the football team. Mostert to the Dolphins. Sony Michel to the Dolphins. Hines to the Jets. You see what I mean? Wide receivers, Devontae Adams again to the Raiders. Antonio Brown to the Panthers. Demarcus Robinson to the Dolphins. The Dolphins spent a lot of money. Tight end-wise, Gronk did go to the Jets. Robert Tonyan to the Bengals. And Njoku to the Chargers. Any other big-name players? I mean, a couple of decent O-linemen. Jadeveon Clowney to the Colts. Vernon to the Bengals. Jaron Reed to the Cardinals. Hargrave to the Raiders. Hurst to the Bills, Shelton to the Dolphins. Our division just got a lot better. Josh Sweat to the Seahawks. Didn't want to compete with the Seahawks for him. Shaquem Griffin to the Bengals. Barnes to the Chargers. Van Der Esch to the Jets. A lot of money spent. Gilmore to the Steelers. Bryce Callahan to the Dolphins. Poole to the Colts. McCourty to the Chargers. Keanu Neal to the Panthers. Damn, did Taysom Hill get a job? He did not. He's still there. A.J. McCarron got a job, though. Thank God. Thank God A.J. McCarron got a job. You'll love to see it. So that brings us to the precipice of the 2022 draft. We have 1,000 draft picks. $5 million in available cap because of all the draft picks that we have. We'll see how it plays out.